Oh, she's so raunchy, Colleen Hewett. And, you know, the Go Show is back again. It's fantastic. Dennis Smith, the promoter, by popular demand, has brought all new acts to Go Show Gold, backed by popular demand, and it's at the Palais Theatre on Saturday, August 10. And showcasing and headlining the show, I guess, is our own Colleen. Hi to you.
How you going, Phil?
Simon's here too.
Hello, Colleen.
Hello, the gorgeous Simon. How you going?
I am as sensational as I know you always are.
No, not always. No, it's just that I really like talking to people that I like talking to.
Oh, that's good. But in the meantime, you'll talk to us.
I'll practice on you.
Yeah. Now, I have to say, Colleen, I was just told some information which stunned me. Ken, who is a music historian, informed me. Ken, whack your headphones on and you tell the story, because it's your knowledge. You should impart it yourself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go. Ken, what can you tell us about that song, Day by Day, that you just played?
Well, because Colleen will attest, not only produced by the wonderful Ian Molly Meldrum, but featuring as part of the choir, who we should be able to hear about, is our very own breakfast announcer here at 3AW, Ross Stevenson.
Oh, come on. You're kidding.
It's true.
Is that right? Were you aware of this, Colleen?
That is absolutely correct, yes.
Which choir was he in at the time?
He was in the St. Paul's Cathedral Choir, Phil.
How amazing is that?
Yes. And I actually did find some photos. I've just been going through a whole bunch of my old life, and I did find some photos with me standing around the back of the St. Paul's Cathedral Choir waiting for the musical director to arrive for a rehearsal.
Yeah.
And I was surrounded by all these young boys that were in the choir. We're just waiting for the rehearsal. And I think that I'd love to show it to John. I'm absolutely positive that one of them is definitely him.
Oh, yeah. How fabulous.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a tribute for us. Now, tell us about the show that Dennis is putting on.
Right, well, Dennis Smith has been putting these Go Show, I suppose you could almost call them like a reunion, really.
Yeah.
It's all back together again. Although my part in the Go Show when it was on in the 60s, I only came on very, very late in its duration, because I was singing. I'd only just started singing in Bendigo when I was 12, and so we used to have a lot of acts coming up to Bendigo, Marty Rowan and NPD and Johnny Young and all of them. They all used to come through Bendigo, and they must have put a word in for us at the Go Show to the producers, because I remember coming down on the train with the band that I was singing with then, called the Esquires in Bendigo. Now I was 13, and it was just, here we have a nice little group from the country Bendigo, and then we launched into our song. Then I came down again. I must have been 14 at this stage, and they got me to come down just by myself. So I had to do this big, go to a recording studio, and they put a band track down for me, and so I just did. It was always something there to remind me, or something like that.
Oh, great song, yes.
Yeah, well, they were my only 2 appearances on the Go Show, but a great experience, because I'll never forget, I was sharing a dressing room with Olivia Newton-John. Yeah. I was so nervous. I mean, I'm so scared. I remember I eventually just went and got changed in the toilet. I thought, sitting in a dressing room with Olivia Newton-John, my God. And this was when she was only in Australia. She was, a Go Show family member. Of course.
And she's actually on Dennis's show during the week, which is good news.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I have caught up with Olivia over the years since then, and we have had a good laugh about my experience of walking into the door, and she was standing there in her petticoat or something, and I went, oh, no, I'm sorry. I mean, I was a kid, Actually, so was she, But it was good. It was really... So, look, all the people that I'm going to be working with on this tour, everybody knows them. Ronnie Burns, Glenn Shorrock, Brian Cadd. Oh, gosh. I mean, keep on going. Ronnie Burns.
Rusty Wiley.
Yeah, Rusty Wiley.
Diana Lee as well, yeah.
Dinah and I are the only girls on it.
You said you haven't seen Rusty for years, is that right?
I have not seen Rusty Wiley since probably the last time I did Happening 70 or one of those type shows.
You'll know him immediately. He hasn't changed a bit.
Is that right?
Yeah,
oh, God.
And you know,
you go right past me.
No, I bumped into you in Safeway, and you look more gorgeous than ever, Colleen Hewett.
Oh, Phil, stop it. I always seem to see you over there. God, you must have a lovely big pantry.
Oh, well, mainly buying dog food and bird food, but I see your son Will, he's in the liquor department there.
He is indeed, yeah. He was working today.
Yeah.
He's already had his weekend, Friday and Saturday, so, back to work today. Yeah, he loves it there.
Now, Colleen, can I ask, going back to you being starstruck when you were sharing the dressing room with Olivia Newton-John, once Day by Day came out, and you got a gold record for that, and then Queen of Pop, was it 2 years in a row? You were Queen of Pop after that?
Yeah, 71, 72.
Did the tables turn? Did you find that people were starstruck to be around you?
Oh, I really wouldn't have a clue. I don't know. I think I just walked around just knowing that I was loving what I was born to do, but I didn't know if people were looking at me or not, you know. And in fact, once I started having children, much later on, it was only when I turned around and saw my daughter or one of my kids poking their tongue out at somebody that something was going on, and yes, people was, started following us around, in the supermarket aisles or up the street or something.
Like Phil.
Yeah, like stalking you, like I do in between the aisles at Safeway, between aisles 9 and 11. I tell you what's going to be very special this time around. Dennis Smith has organised tributes to both Ian Turby and Darryl Cotton, who both performed on his Go Show Gold a year ago.
Darryl was certainly on the last one, Phil. Unfortunately, Terps passed away I think it was only a week, not even a week before. And
that's right.
He was going to be one of the presenters.
Yeah, because I think he used to compare them from memory or play a very big part in them.
You know what? I only got, into these Go Show things from last year because Danny, my manager, my first husband, he was the drummer in MPD Limited, and so he and Mike Brady performed, and they got the William you're talking about, in to fill in for Pete Watson, the bass player who had passed away back in the early 70s. Sure. So all of a sudden there I am at rehearsals with them, just sort of, keeping them all working,
You've crossed paths with Mike Brady on a number of occasions. When Bruce and Phil were away and I was co-hosting with Mike only a couple of months ago, we were talking, I can't remember whether it was off air or on here, but we were talking about the song Dreaming My Dreams with You, which I love. That's just the most beautiful song. And Mike said, I think I sang backing vocals on that.
You probably did, he's a real giver. Mike Brady is a giver. He's very generous with his time and his talent, and it's pretty. I think it just comes from those days when we would all do that. We went into a recording session and somebody said, "Oh, Cole, can you come in here and do a bit of vocal?" Of course, you would go.
Yeah.
He didn't think twice about it because we loved what we were doing, and even though the fee that we were getting certainly hasn't lasted into my old age. It was fun, and it was what we did back then.
So, did you ever do backing vocals for someone else?
Oh, God, yeah. I was on Hush, on Russell Morris's Hush, which was just after The Real Thing. Yeah. I was on that. I think I was about 15 or 16. Because at that time I was in Melbourne working with Laurie Allen Review, and Laurie rang the girl that was singing with us in that band, Michelle Kennedy. And so, we went along and did all those hush, hush, till I heard my name now, all that stuff. Yeah, so that would be one that really stands out for me because I used to listen to my foghorn whenever it would come on the radio. There were lots of different oohs, ahs, bops, shabops going on all over the place.
And probably radio jingles too, different commercials maybe?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, Philip, the very first radio ID that my sister Glenys and I did was in Bendigo, and it was for 3BO, and they wanted us to both to whisper it into the microphone, you're listening to 3BO, all this sort of stuff. I mean, she was 12 and I was 13.
Yes.
They could have got any lady off the street to do it, but. There's been lots of things like that. There's not that many, actually there really isn't a lot that I haven't done, and it's interesting to come back in it as the circle turns, because I'll be going in to do some more recording with Johnny Young and Mike Brady. They'll all be, surrounding me with fabulous songs, and, it's like a circle. We've all come right around and we're all connecting again.
Yeah, Will told me there's a new album coming out. Make sure we get a preview copy of that, Colleen.
Oh, you bet. The minute I go in and start, I mean, we've already started collecting songs.
Yes, I believe. Do you spend much time in Fiji these days?
Oh, Philip, yes. I was only there 4 or 5 weeks ago. It really is just such a different existence over there for me. I'm not sort of, the Colleen Hewett person over there. I'm Andy Colin, and it's just community service that I do a lot of over there. I do a lot of work in the kindergartens, a lot of work. I mean, I go there and I read to them and I play with them, and it's just it's beautiful. I know all the parents. I've been going there for such a long time, and I've had the house over there. This is the 16th. Yeah. Do you worry about, they seem to always be having a coup over there. Does it affect you personally? It does not affect me personally, no. A lot of that drama happens up in Suva, which is about another 2 hours from where I am. I'm on the Coral Coast. Yeah, it's gorgeous, So it is absolutely beautiful, yeah. The people are just beautiful. I can't get enough of them. Yeah. They're real, they've got no attitude, they're just down to earth, and I just love them. Colleen, you can't wait to see you on stage at the Palais Saturday, August 10 for the Go Show Gold, along with, as we mentioned, Normie and Johnny Young and Ronnie Burns and Glenn Shorrock. It's going to be a night to remember. I can't so forward to it. And it's such a big theatre to fill over 3,000 seats, but I know you will bring the house down. Well, I'm certainly going to try. I'll only do it, though, if I know that you're in the audience there. I'll be there cheering for you. Promise me, Phil. Now, don't promise something that you're not going to, keep. That's his specialty. I know it is. I always hear. I hear that you're going to this and you're going to that. Darling, it's also the opening night of Hot Shoes Shuffle. I'm sort of... hang on a minute. We're only on for one night. Exactly. Okay. I'll take that on board. Colleen, one last question from me, just between us. Out of all the people who you're appearing with, Normie, Johnny, Ronnie Burns and all that, who's the best to work with? Oh, gee, I haven't worked with any of them for years. I don't know. Maybe it might be a good question to put to them about me. In fact, no, I wouldn't have a clue, because it's, as I say, we were doing a television show. So you're not actually sort of working live on a stage with everybody. This is just, we all get our 15, 20 minutes, and I'll be doing all my records in that small thing. So it's like a little compact medley of my songs. And then, that's what everybody's going to be doing. Yeah. But I tell you what, we are going to be having a ball backstage. You're right. And Colleen Hewett, if I can't be there in person, I'll be at home playing probably The Wind Beneath My Wings or Dreaming My Dreams. I'll be playing. Coming to the 21st century, fella. Get in your car, get out and go to the concert, Phil. I'll be looking for you, Colleen. Good on you, Phil. Bye, darling. Bye. Thanks, Colleen. Bye, Simon.